Imagine you're born into a huge, bustling family, living in a massive underground city. Sounds kind of cool, right? But here's the catch. Your only job for your entire life is to become a living, breathing pantry. That's the bizarre reality for a special group of ants known as honeypot ants. Today, we're diving deep into the dark, sticky, and frankly, pretty awful life of these incredible creatures. Forget everything you thought you knew about ants, because this story gets weird. So, what exactly is a honeypot ant? Well, in every colony, a select few worker ants are chosen for a very unique and, let's be honest, unfortunate destiny. They're called repletes. From a young age, these aren't the ants you see marching in a line, carrying leaves. No, their job is much more sedentary. Other worker ants, the foragers, go out and collect sweet nectar from flowers. They bring it back to the nest, not to store in some pantry, but to feed it directly to these chosen repletes. And this is where it gets crazy. The replete's body is designed to be a storage tank. Its abdomen, or gaster, is made of a super stretchy membrane. As it's fed more and more nectar, its abdomen swells up and up and up until it's the size of a grape. These ants become so engorged with this golden, sugary liquid that they're basically just a giant, living pot of honey attached to a tiny ant head and legs. They become completely immobile, prisoners in their own bodies. Their entire existence from this point on is spent hanging from the ceiling of a special chamber deep within the ant nest. They can't walk, they can't forage, they can't even clean themselves. They are living, breathing food containers dangling in the dark, day in and day out, waiting. Waiting for what, you ask? Waiting for their sisters to get hungry? During the dry season, or when food is scarce, the other ants in the colony come to these living larders. They'll tap on the replete's antenna, which is like ringing the dinner bell. In response, the honeypot ant will regurgitate a tiny, sweet drop of nectar to feed its hungry sister. This is their only purpose, to be a communal stomach for the entire colony, ensuring their family survives through the lean times. It's an amazing act of self-sacrifice for the good of the group, but from an individual's perspective, it's a nightmare. Think about it. You're so bloated you can't move. Your body is stretched to its absolute limit, a fragile golden orb that could burst with the slightest jolt. You spend your entire life hanging upside down in a dark, cramped room with hundreds of your equally swollen sisters. You are, quite literally, just a piece of living furniture until someone needs a snack. You can't experience the world outside, feel the sun, or explore. Your life is a static, monotonous wait to be tapped for food. And the dangers don't stop there. This living pot of gold is incredibly valuable, not just to their own colony, but to predators too. Badgers, birds, and even other rival ant colonies will launch full-scale assaults on a honeypot ant nest, specifically to raid these replete chambers. If the colony's defenses are breached, these immobile, helpless ants are the first prize. They're ripped from the ceiling and devoured, their life's work of storage ending in them becoming a quick, sugary meal for an enemy. Even other humans have prized them. For centuries, indigenous peoples in desert regions have dug up these nests to harvest the ants as a source of natural sweetness, a delicacy known as living honey. For the ant, it's just another terrifying predator seeking to pop them like a tiny golden water balloon. So while the honeypot ant strategy is a brilliant evolutionary adaptation for survival in harsh environments, the life of an individual replete is one of the most extreme examples of self-sacrifice in the animal kingdom. They give up their freedom, their mobility, and ultimately, often their lives, all for the greater good of the colony. They are born not to live, but to be a living pantry. Next time you see an ant, remember it's strange, swollen cousins hanging in the dark, and maybe appreciate your own freedom to walk around and grab a snack from a non-living fridge. It's a stark reminder that nature is both incredibly clever and unbelievably cruel. What do you think? Is this the worst job in the entire animal kingdom? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like and subscribe for more weird nature stories. See you next time.